Welcome, my dear students. Welcome to KCYC channel. Today we are going to learn chapter 1 of science paper 2, heredity and evolution. Whenever we talk about heredity, we generally pinpoint towards the gene. Like, what is heredity? Heredity is actually transformation of genetic characters from parent to child. We have learned about this in the previous year when you people were in the 9th standard. Here we have also mentioning what is actually chromosome, and from that we will move on to DNA, then we will move on to genes. So as you people know, this is a diagram for chromosome, and this is chromatid, and the center part is centromere. We have already learned in our previous class in 9th standard. So this is a DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. This deoxyribonucleic acid makes these chromosomes. Like lot of DNA strands together forms the chromosomes. And when you look at this very carefully, this part, for example, this part from here to here, we can call it as a gene. A part in DNA we call them as gene. And as you know, DNA is made up of double helix, double stranded, with the proteins here as base pairs. So this is just a general idea for what is chromosome, DNA and gene. Again, I'm just showing you so that you can understand. This is a diagram for chromosome, and from chromosomes we get this DNA is formed. A lot of DNA forms this chromosome, and a part of this DNA we called as gene. Each chromosome is made up of many genes. Made up of many genes. Genes are made up of sections of the long molecule called DNA. Genes carry the genetic information. So gene is the main fellow who carries the genetic information. Now, as you know, DNA is in nucleus of a cell. You also understand there is also RNA. That is, this is deoxyribonucleic acid. This is ribonucleic acid. As you can see in your figure, there is a double-stranded figure for a DNA and a single strand. Only that is the one strand is missing over here. That's why it is ribonucleic acid. Here it is deoxyribonucleic acid. So there are base pairs, as we have already have seen in the previous diagram. The base pairs were adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. So these base pairs, like for example cytosine, guanine and adenine, these pairs are available in both this. But what actually make them in more differences, DNA has thymine, whereas instead of thymine in RNA we have got uracil. So cytosine, guanine, adenine and thymine is what there is in DNA, and in RNA we have got cytosine, guanine, adenine and uracil. I would like to put focus onto the pairs. Why you call it as base pairs? Because we have got 4 over here for a DNA, that is cytosine, guanine, adenine and thymine. They make 2 pairs, and the pairs are adenine will always make pair with thymine, and cytosine will always make pair with guanine in DNA. In RNA also cytosine makes pair with guanine, but instead of thymine we have got uracil over here. So adenine will make pair with uracil, not with pair of thymine. If adenine make pair of thymine, then it can be a DNA. If adenine makes pair with uracil, then it can be a RNA with single strand. Okay, single stranded sugar phosphate. Here got double stranded sugar phosphate. So double stranded, that's why it is a di. And here is deoxyribonucleic acid, and here in this RNA, ribonucleic acid. So these are some of the distinguished features which make them different from each other. Double stranded, single stranded, deoxyribose sugar, ribose sugar. Base can be cytosine, guanine, adenine and thymine. Base can be cytosine, guanine, adenine and uracil. Can self-replicate. DNA can self-replicate. mRNA cannot. This all RNA, mRNA, tRNA, RNA, whatever RNA cannot self-replicate. That's why RNA take help of DNA in order to replicate it. So with this, we are going on to the next part, the next most basic part of our chapter. So that is actually mainly we are talking about transcription, translocation, translation. So what happens generally, DNA has got some information, so we have to copy it to mRNA. Why do you need to copy it to mRNA? Because mRNA can go out of the nucleus and it can create protein over here. So this is a cell structure, a general structure. This nucleus, I have got ribosomes. So the mRNA, as we say, is a messenger RNA. Messenger RNA will go here and it go to ribosomes, and ribosome will produce proteins required for a cell function. For example, each cell has their own functions. Skin, we have got cells. We have got muscles. Inside that muscle also there are got cells. All the cells, because we know all cells have their different functions. So who decides what function you have to do? That is this central dogma, Brixey principle, makes them decide. Generally all the cells are same in structure, but what cell or which cell will do what will be decided by this principle. So coming back over here, very carefully you have to understand this figure. So DNA has some information, it is copied to mRNA by the method of transcription. We are going to learn that in the next part over here. By the method of transcription, we just copy this DNA information to mRNA. From that mRNA, with the help of translation, it is to copy to ribosomes. From ribosomes, it is transferred to ribonucleic acid. That is transferred to this ribonucleic acid. Transfer ribonucleic acid makes transformation of this information to ribosomes, and from ribosomes we can make proteins, and the protein decides what type of function the cell should perform. So that is why this is called protein synthesis, and this entire part is called a central dogma of this entire method or basic principle for this. So this is how it works. And again I'll tell you, again I would like to explain this to you very carefully. You have to learn this. DNA transcription to mRNA, then translation happened, then translocation happened, then it is transferred to transfer ribonucleic acid, transfer it to ribosome, and the ribosome creates the protein. Okay students, as I told to you, this is actually a DNA structure, a DNA strand, and for replication purpose I'm just showing you it works on, because you can see one strand over here, one strand over here. As I told you, RNA cannot replicate, but in order to send the message of DNA to the ribosome, RNA have to make some arrangement, because DNA cannot go out, only RNA can go, so that it can send the message to ribosome. So that RNA is known as mRNA, and I'll tell you how the mRNA works on. Here we have got RNA polymerase. There is again an enzyme. It will come closer to DNA. Due to this, DNA, that double strand is wide open. It will get open. So we have got a coding strand over here. As I told you, there are a lot of coding strands, like for example adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. So these four are there over here. There are then pairs. There, as I told you, adenine will pair with thymine, cytosine will pair with guanine. So over here we have got polymerase, RNA polymerase, which will unwind this entire DNA, and one of the RNA strand will come and get attached with it, because RNA also have this protein like adenine, guanine and cytosine, so they get paired with accordingly. But here the thymine will get paired, that is the thymine, the adenine of the DNA will get paired with the uracil of RNA. After pairing and after transformation of this information from DNA to this RNA, the RNA will come out. It will be like this. So the RNA will have a template strand, a strand which is having a particular format. We can call it as a template, means a format. So this information, generally what is happening over here, just transformation of information. So transcription means copying. So here DNA is the information from the DNA is copied to mRNA. Then here it is transferred. This mRNA transfer this to transfer RNA, where the transcription takes place, and from this it is translocation takes place over here, from here to here. Like for example, adenine will come here, thymine, uracil with adenine. So here got just understand how it works on over here. RNA coding strand will have this, and uracil with adenine, not with thymine. So we have got uracil over here extra. It is adenine, uracil and guanine. Adenine, uracil. So this is a triplet codon, we call it. This is triplet codon. Clear? This is a triplet codon. So it works on like that. So it will give the information from tRNA. From mRNA, that the entire information is transferred to tRNA. That is known as translocation. Now carefully listen. So we have got another diagram. So DNA, from DNA we got that strand over here, and we have got mRNA, messenger RNA with triplet codon, adenine, guanine, adenine, uracil and guanine, and guanine, cytosine. So this is actually a triplet codon. So this triplet codon will transfer this entire other codon over here, and there will be a transformation of information happening done by tRNA. mRNA will code and tRNA will anticode. So this protein, this amino acid will moves in forward direction on the mRNA by distance of one triplet codon. Here got over this, here you got this should come over here, or this should come over here like this in triplets. From here to here, from here to here. So this will be movement of this. To moves in forward direction. So that is known as translocation. And the transformation of the information is as translation. Here to here mRNA transcription, then translation, then movement is known as translocation. So mRNA copied the thing, and this mRNA copied to the template, and the template made into translation, and translation is forwarded into all the triplet codon, that is translocation. So that's how it works. So transcription, translation and translocation. Now look it carefully. Transcription, translation, translocation. You will be able to understand. From RNA we got a transcription. From DNA we got a transcription, and this transcription from this DNA we're going to RNA with a single strand. From RNA it is going to translation. Then translation through we have got a protein which will help us to decide the basic function of a cell. So this will tell what the function the cell have to do. Ultimately there will be a gene forming. So therefore gene is expressed from like parent to child. So this gene carries the hereditary characteristics. But sometimes the pairing does not happen properly. The pairing sometimes get abrupted. Due to this, a phenomena have been known as mutation, causing change in organism characters. Sometimes sudden change can occur, mutation. Like for example, if you have got like one color is blue, one color is black, sometimes it happens. This is a normal small mutation. We have got 6 fingers in one hand. Okay, that's a type of mutation. Okay, so that's how the transcription, translation, translocation works over here. So the next part is evolution. Evolution is a gradual change occurring in living organism over a duration. This is very slow going process. It's very slow, through which development of organism is achieved. For example, we can say development of organism as in, for example, frog. Frog can live in water as well as in land. So that was a type of evolution done by nature onto the frog. So this is a type of evolution. One more example is very much evident, like we came from apes. Humans came from apes. All these theories are based on evolution. So this changes occurs in various components ranging from stars to planet in space level, biosphere present, where whatever you say at that level also the evolution takes place. Formation of new species also a part of evolution. So we are going to learn evolution in detail in the next class. I hope you enjoyed and you understood the part of this entire chapter. We will be going through the higher level of what all things are there in evolution. I want you people to just thoroughly read the textbook properly. Thank you.